Corsair is best known for their premium gaming products from their K95 Platinum all the way to the myriad of RGB options they offer. Now this is a pretty big, kind of depart from that style with a multimedia kind of home HTPC kind of keyboard with trackpad. It's pretty interesting, has some interesting functionality, so let's take a look at it. Starting off with the build quality, it's pretty fantastic. The top is a brushed aluminium plate with the bottom being a good quality plastic. It feels well reinforced, and style-wise, I really do love the look of this. You've also got white LED backlighting, which only adds to the style for me and just makes this a very visually appealing keyboard. Typing-wise, it feels great. It actually feels like a mechanical key switch, and that's pretty high praise for someone who exclusively uses mechanical key switches on a daily basis. So this is a very nice typing feel. It's actually got a pretty good travel distance for a chiclet style keyboard and has a pretty tactile feel to it as well. The trackpad side is where this really tries to differentiate itself from the rest of the multimedia market. You've obviously got this circular trackpad, which is more for style than functionality, but I got used to it and didn't really have any problems with it. You've also got physical buttons down the bottom, but then where it gets interesting is up at the top you've got the very, very nice volume scroll wheel. It's a metal scroll wheel, which if you've used any of Corsair's more recent keyboards, you'll know just how much I like this and why I like it so much. And you've also got a full-on joystick. Now this joystick's functionality is controlled by what mode you're in, as is the buttons on the top and the back, or the bottom side of the keyboard, which actually rests very well for where your fingers will land when holding the keyboard on its side. Now I mentioned the mode just there, let's kind of talk about that. Corsair have decided to limit the functionality that you can customize in their IQ software down to basically just the main keyboard function itself. Now you can still do all of your user stuff like adding macros or remapping all of the keys if you fancy, so that is nice, but you cannot customize, at least at the time of filming anyway, the joystick, the volume roller, or those extra keys. Instead, what they're offering is a mode selector, which isn't actually printed on the keyboard in any way. You'll just have to know these modes exist, but you access them by pressing FN and then either 1, 2, 4, minus, or plus. These correlate to different modes, but the two main ones are the 1 and 2, so media and gaming, and really the only thing that changes with these modes is just what the functionality of the joystick and those extra buttons do. In media mode, the buttons are back and forward, like a web browser back and forward, with the joystick acting as a sort of effectively like your arrow keys, and then in gaming mode it switches to be a mouse cursor with the L and R buttons being your left and right clicks. Now the reason that they quoted for locking out that functionality in terms of customization is that this keyboard is designed for the home media, home entertainment market, and therefore the users of that market may be confused by having to customize options, so they went with the modes instead. Now as I mentioned, these modes aren't listed on the keyboard anywhere, and you'll have to either dig through the manual or quite a way down the reviewer's guide to work out what the modes do, what the differences are, and even just how to access them. Now that would all be okay, and I understand why they went that route, because I appreciate that not everyone will want to customize all of the functions of their keyboard, but for the fact that they're offering what is essentially a pretty premium keyboard at £100, I really would like to see that customization for the power users who know Corsair as a fairly kind of gamer focused and customizable brand, to then pick up a multimedia keyboard to fit with your, living room PC or whatever, and be able to customize what that functionality does, through their IQ software. Even the ability to just customize what each of the modes do and the functionality that they offer, that would be fantastic. Unfortunately, that's just not available at the moment, so if you're interested in this keyboard and you'd like to see that happen, feel free to let me know in the comments down below and tell Corsair as well. Getting back to the functionality though, connectivity-wise, this is actually pretty interesting. In the box you get a small USB receiver which lets you use the 2.4 GHz wireless connection, which is what you'll use with your PC or whatever else, and also what you use the IQ software to customize it. And then you can, with a single key press, switch to your, say, phone via Bluetooth, and then with another key press switch to, your tablet via Bluetooth as well, as you can pair up to two devices at any time and switch between them pretty seamlessly with a single key press of either, I think it's F5, F6 or F7, so that is all good. Battery life wise, it has a 2070 mAh cell inside, which gives you up to 40 hours of use case. Now that is assuming that you leave the LED backlighting off, and while you do have 3 stages above off for the LED backlighting, if you have it on full brightness, you're looking at about 8 hours of usage, which, while, you know, minimal compared to the 40 hours, is still fine. And because it's a multimedia keyboard, you can just plug it in while you're not using it so that it's charging, and then just take it off. Now it does charge via a micro USB port on the top, which I really would have liked to have seen a Type-C port here instead for longevity and durability. Although I suppose you're not really meant to use it while it's plugged in, so nah. So rounding it off then, is it worth the £100 price tag? It's certainly nice, build and material quality are fantastic, typing feel is great. I just wish that it had some more customizability options, especially from a power user's perspective, and overall it's still a pretty decent shout, if a little premium. I did have a slight problem with the 2.4 GHz USB connection, where if I didn't have line of sight to the receiver, it stopped registering key presses completely, so keep that in mind if you are planning on picking one of these up and using it with your ACPC in your living room. It might be better off to use the front USB port for the keyboard's receiver if you're going that route. And of course, would I put one of these on my desk? I think I probably would. It's certainly expensive, and so for my personal preference, I generally go cheaper options, but it does have some awesome functionality. The fact that you can switch to your phone or your tablet or whatever else pretty quickly is great to see, and overall is a very nice build material finish with a great typing experience too. So if you're after a premium, you know, living room keyboard, then it's certainly not a bad shout. With that said, that is my thoughts. I would love to hear yours in the comments down below. Is this a keyboard you're interested in? Is this something that's just too expensive and you'd go with the like £20 Logitech one that I also have downstairs? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Of course, if you do want to pick one of these up or just check out pricing when and where you watch this, because it can vary, take a look at the link in the description down below. I'll take you to your local Amazon store. You can also check out the rest of the links in the description down below if you want to support the channel and keep me making these videos on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday basis. You can check out that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or just check out the merch link if you want hoodies or t-shirts like this one, or Amazon Overclock UK affiliate links that don't cost you anything but massively help me out, or you can check out the rest of the links from Humble Bundle, which is a great way to get cheap games and support charities, or check out Private Internet Access, which is a great and cheap VPN. You can also check out the other videos over there, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments down below, and otherwise we'll see you all in the next video.